Welcome to the 2018-19 Caaspp Test Operations Management System, or TOMS, training module. Tasks that need to be completed in the Test Operation Management System, or TOMS, are adding and managing all users, reviewing the student data. The demographic data is pulled from the California Longitudinal Pupil Achievement Data System, or CalPADS. If data is incorrect, it must be corrected in areas so that CalPADS can be updated. Review students assigned to non-default test, the California Alternate Assessments. Review online test settings for students, and enter condition codes for parent-guardian exemption or not tested due to medical emergency. This slide shows the available roles and responsibilities for TOMS accounts. The bottom three roles have only view access and cannot administer assessments. In order to administer the Smarter Balance and Caaspp assessments, users will need the test administrator role. If users are going to administer the California Alternate Assessment, they will need the test examiner role or the test administrator and test examiner combination role if they're also administering Smarter Balanced and Caaspp assessments to their students. This slide shows a screenshot of the TOMS student demographic profile. All of the demographic data here are read-only. If data is incorrect, please verify that the correct information is updated into Aries. Once again, the demographic data is read-only. Corrections must be made via CalPADS, which means the data must be corrected in Aries first. Students' grade levels must be corrected in TOMS before the first date of testing. The grade level is frozen on the day the student logs on to his or her first test. Any grade level changes require an incident report to be submitted and a reset appeal filed. Trainers will keep the CalPADS data up to date as we enter the testing window. Daily updates will occur. Processing time from CalPADS to TOM is 24 to 48 hours. This means that once a student enrolls in your school, it may take 2 to 3 days before we are available to test them. The TOM student profile also includes the test mode. There are only two options for test assignments: general assessments, the Smarter Balanced ELA, and math and California Science Test, or the California Alternate Assessments. In order to mark the California Alternate Assessments, the student must have an IEP plan. Only two condition codes can be uploaded directly to TOMS: the parent-guardian exemption and the not tested due to medical emergency. A batch upload of condition codes is available. The best practice is to enter condition codes prior to testing ending. The testing codes can also be entered on a one-by-one basis. The deadline to enter condition codes is the last day of our testing window. Only one condition code can be applied per content area per student. For parent and guardians that have submitted in writing that they wish to exempt their students from testing, we must set the parent-guardian exemption condition code in TOMS prior to the student testing. Set in the Score Status tab of the student's profile in TOMS. Use the drop-down mission to pick the appropriate condition code and hit Save. Only the LEA Caaspp coordinator and Caaspp test site coordinators are authorized to set accessibility supports for students in TOMS using one of the following methods: one-by-one through the student profile or through a template upload. Test settings must be configured at least 24 hours prior to testing, and allow up to 24 hours from the time we configure student test settings in TOMS to the time the changes appear in the test administrator interface and student testing site. This slide shows the top portion of the test settings profile for a student in TOMS. As you scroll down this page, you'll see checkboxes available to mark the individual supports and accommodations for students. This page should be reviewed to verify that the students have the appropriate test settings prior to administering a test.